All right. Got some Toppling Goliath today. This one's Nugmo IPA. Real good shit. This one has Mosaic, Sabro, Simcoe, and Amarillo. Real good stuff across the board. A lot of big names on there. Sabro's kind of the new guy. But this one has some pretty nice citrus top. A little bit of pininess. Has a little bit of bitterness, but it's not too dank. Real nice. All right, what are we using today? La Befana from Strike Gold Shave, and this was a collaboration. We also got a little bit of let's get it, Chicano design right there, Strike Gold Shave right there. We got the Sarasota Wet Shaver right there. I believe Neil from Heritage Collection Shaving Brushes. He also did some brushes. And I also believe Peacemaker's Pomade got in on this one and did a matching pomade. So just a huge collaborative effort. And this was a hit. I believe he, in the fall and winter, he re-released this like 4 or 5 times in a row until everybody pretty much was satisfied. Oh, and this is just good stuff. It's based off of Xerjoff Naxos 1861, I believe. 1861. Yeah, I had to write that down because I was like, I'm not going to remember the date. But just a medley of notes. Lavender, lemon, bergamot, orange, cinnamon, cashmere, jasmine, honey, tonka bean, vanilla, and tobacco. So just a bunch of shit, and if I'm going to be honest, I get like a nice honey sweetness with the citruses kind of blended nicely. It's not like a huge citrus smack. It's more kind of blended in nice fashion with that sweet honey. And then kind of like a nice tobacco. It's a beautiful masculine accord, and I love it. I think it's fantastic, and that's probably why it was such a huge hit. But anyhow, before we go on too far, that's what we're using today. I got my Grizzly Bay handle in here, and my Strike Gold Shave Hair Force 1 knot, soaking in some distilled water, and there we go. Not, the most jelly ever, but there's a little gel going on. It's a quite dense knot, and it's pretty much tied for my favorite knot in the den with my Lancaster V1. Those two are my absolute favorites out of all my Badgers. And we'll be talking a little bit about it, but let's take another swig here. Alright, Lancaster bowl as usual. Got some soap in there. So, when it comes to getting like more custom handles, which I will be getting in the future, I kind of thought of stocking up on another Hair Force 1 knot and another Lancaster V1 knot because they're my favorite Badgers. I recently acquired the V4 tip knot from Milton at Turn and Shave, and whereas that thing is super soft when it comes to face fill and those super jelly tips, super soft, but it kind of has its own specific way that you need to treat that one, and all in all, I think it's still going to take a second place to my Strike Gold Shave Hair Force 1 and my Lancaster V1. Although one could make, a case for it to be their favorite, it is a fantastic knot once you kind of figure out its quirks. But I think that will rest uncontended as my second favorite, or I guess it would be third. It would be my third favorite, although it's second place, because these two tie for first. But I was thinking about stocking up on another Air Force One knot. But I see Frank is tying up some hand-tied badger knots, and that's exciting stuff, because I don't want to say Frank has like the Midas touch, but pretty much whatever he puts his name on at this point, I know it's going to be quality. And I've pretty much liked Frank's product from the get. Soap-wise, I was a fan of Mason Boutique and Jennifer Marting before she ever hooked up with Frank in this collaborative effort that is Strike Gold Shave. And Jennifer and Frank have just continued growing, and improving. And so, I don't know, I've just grown to trust the brand is basically what I'm getting at, I suppose. So I'm excited to try these hand-tied knots when they finally come out. I'm going to try to get one. And that's just some beautiful stuff right there. Alright, let's get this on the face. I'm going to try to get my hands on one of those hand-tied knots. And give that a go. I'm sure there'll be pretty limited supplies, but I'm going to do my best to snag one up. And then I also want to talk about, as we get through this video, I know I already mentioned it, but I just can't thank Frank enough when it came to helping me with my recent eBay purchase. When I was going after that double duck straight razor that I mentioned the other day. There was a few concerns I had, and since I'm so new to straight razor shaving and purchasing straight razors and all these things, I reached out and consulted Frank for his expertise on straight razors. And he was very responsive, patient with me, told me what to look for, told me what to ask for. And all in all, you know, he made me feel all right about my purchase, you know what I mean? And that right there is just, you know, above and beyond. That's Frank, you know, being just a good brother in the community. Me and Frank, we will, you know, communicate here and there, like each other's social media posts, but it's not like we're in constant communications. We're not like, you know, the best of buds and know what the hell's going on in each other's lives at all times. We're friendly, and you know, that's about it. And I really like and respect Frank. But this right here, you know, what he did for me, that's just kind of above and beyond. And that, I wasn't buying anything from him, is what I'm saying. This is just Frank as a brother in the community. You know what I mean? Alright. Kukri straight razor with the Osiris Bladeworks scales. Here we go. Pass one. So, I just think that's, you know, fucking awesome that Frank was so responsive and so helpful to me. Had nothing to gain from it, you know. And me being so... I like to do a lot of research before I buy things. I'm one of those guys that looks through reviews, opens up the description tab and reads the full description of a product before I buy it. I'm just kind of like an informed consumer. And so I didn't know what to ask for or what to look for or anything like this. And so I directed all my questions at Frank instead of the seller. And Frank just answered in a timely manner, and he gave me, all the info I needed to make a informed purchase, And I just think that's fucking awesome. And, I was planning on sending my razor to Frank, whether or not he helped me, because I trust his expertise, with straight razors. But now it's like, how could I not, give him my business after being such a fucking cool dude like that? I'm kind of wondering if this straight razor is ever going to go dull. I don't really know what to expect since this is my first straight razor. I just kind of thought it would be dull by now. I don't know. Not that that's a bad thing at all. Still want to watch out for my spider hickey over here. My spider bite. It's not quite Mount Rushmore anymore, but it's still big, and I don't really want to fuck with it, to be honest. So I'm just going to kind of try to touch the sides up if I can and kind of leave the greater neck portion alone. I just don't want to fuck with it. Alright. That's pretty smooth pass one. Everything went good. Can't really complain about that. Put that to the side. Get some moisture on the face. So I don't think I mentioned, but this is the updated Patriot base with the goat's milk. He's had a couple releases since then, but I'm unsure if he made any more tweaks. I'm pretty positive this is his current base. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty positive the Patriot base is his current base. And he might be in the works with something new. I'm not 100% sure. He inquired me about a week ago about something. And I just don't know if that has gone anywhere yet. So I guess I'll just leave it at that. But this base right here, it's worked good from the moment I got it. I mean, I thought his previous base was good. The Commander-in-Chief, this Patriot stuff is fantastic. But with everybody trying to improve, I wouldn't be surprised if Frank had some up his sleeve as well. All right, let's get some more suds on the face. I don't know why I'm drying or rinsing completely off. I just get to blab in my mouth and then, get lost. That is some good shit. Does my camera do that justice? Do you see what I see? All right. So, anyhow, pretty excited about getting this double duck in. Should be coming in within the next couple days. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Frank gave me his address, and I could have sent the damn razor straight to him from the eBay sender. But like an idiot, I kind of did the quick checkout thing, and it went, to my address. So it's going to come to me. I'm paying for it to get shipped to me, and then I'm going to pay for it to get shipped to Frank. But I got the razor for a good price. So, I guess an extra set of shipping isn't going to fucking kill me. And I just got gobs of lather to work with in that bowl, so might as well just get it all on the face. Might as well. Oh man, I could probably just do this all day. Actually, let's just fucking show you guys. Why not? I don't do this very often. All right. And we just got gobs and gobs, and you could just see the little gloss on it. Just fantastic. That glossy sheen. I don't know if my fucking light's doing it any justice, but it's dense. No bubbles or any bullshit like that. Just dense, heavy, gooey, protective, slick as snot. Doing a video, babe. Just, I don't know what else you could fucking ask for, to be honest. Alright. Fuck it. I'm gonna rinse my hands off and we'll finish this damn thing. Enough fucking around. So, yeah, pretty much like I've been saying with all these artisans making even better bases. It's like, I don't know where you can go from here, but apparently you'll go somewhere. They always find it out. They're like little mad scientists, Now that my hands are thoroughly slick, we'll do an against the grain pass, huh? Got so much fucking soap on, I can't even see my lines. Alright. But yeah, it's always exciting when new products hit the market. There's always that honeymoon phase that I mentioned in my last video. But for the most part, they're all gonna be, good or great. But over time, are they still gonna stack up? Are we still gonna feel the same way that we did when they first come out? Is it the best thing since sliced bread, or are these incremental changes, And more often than not, they are incremental changes. And we're still, excited as hell. I'm guilty of it too. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's kind of part of the reason I just kind of hold off for a while. Let the hype die down and then jump on when everybody is a little bit more willing, to be honest. But even with all that said, I want to get one of those Strike Gold Shave hand-tied knots as soon as they come out. And with all that said, if Frank does come out with a new base, I want to try it eventually. So even if I wait a month and I'm late to the party, I'm still going to give it a go. All right. Hell, I think we banged out a nice straight razor shave. And I don't want to jinx myself, but now that the shave's over, I think I have gotten a little bit more of an understanding of that upstroke I was having a problem with. I think I got a decent understanding because I'm able to plow through it now, whereas before I kind of was hesitant and a little bit unsure with my grip, a little bit unconfident in my strokes. And I don't want to jinx myself, but I'm feeling better, than what I was then. So that's good to see progress. Even when I'm kind of doing a straight razor shave every other shave this week. It's still nice to kind of see progress. And I certainly didn't do 30 shaves in a row, but I've got a decent amount of straight razor shaves under my belt now. And it's good that I'm knocking out these shaves, with no cuts and irritation. So it's like, a nice little milestone for myself. I never think I'll have the fucking cash to buy a shit ton of straights, but maybe if I just get one a year or something, I think I'd be happy. I'm definitely happy I finally took the plunge and got it. And got one because this has been a great learning experience. Humbling, to start back at the beginning of something. And it's kind of part of the fun. Like, one of the reasons I stuck with wet shaving when I was getting terrible shaves, and I'm talking terrible, I didn't kind of pick up DE shaving as quickly as I picked up straight razor shaving because I had to learn the basics before I could, I had training wheels on for the longest time. And it took me a long time till I felt like I mastered it, give or take. We're going to go with the matching aftershave splash. There are the ingredients for you. I do feel like they should work on an updated splash base. This is kind of an old school one, and where it gets the job done, I feel like the splash game has kind of progressed. And this is, denatured alcohol, water, fragrance, witch hazel, aloe, alum. I feel like there could be a little bit more skin food in this baby. I know not everybody, asks for that kind of shit. And some people stick to the more traditional style. I guess I should probably show what the fuck I'm doing here. This is the Zingari Man Rescue Potion. And so this is the skin food. I'm going to mix them together. But I think with all the focus on updating the soap base, I think they should also consider updating their Aftershave splash base. We'll just mix those two together. It's perfectly fine as it is. I don't mind an alcohol splash. I'm not one of those crybabies that can't handle a little sting. I like a little slap and tickle, you know. I can handle the burn. I'm not going to cry and moan about it. But I just feel like the splash game has came to a point where we have more skin food. You could leave the alcohol in. I don't mind that. But I think there's room for improvement where we could add some more skin food. And that's just my 2 cents on the Aftershave splash. Soap, I think it's fantastic. Aftershave splash, it's good. It's kind of the old industry standard aftershave splash. I feel like it can be improved. All right. We have the Kukri vintage straight razor. Love this thing. Just an awesome first straight razor. Awesome Osiris Bladeworks scales. I don't know what else to say. That pretty much, it kind of, you know, got the hook in and kept me straight razor shaving. La Befana, Strike Gold Shave, all the other guys I said in the beginning. Jennifer Marting makes a hell of a soap. Grizzly Bay brush with the Strike Gold Shave Hair Force 1 knot. One of my favorite brushes right there. Lancaster bowl, still got some residual inside of it. Always use that thing, my favorite. Lathering product there. Alright, I think that'll pretty much do it. I'm gonna give it a strop afterwards on my Heirloom strop. Another item that I turned to Frank for recommendation, this Heirloom strop. He told me if you want to get a high quality strop for a good affordable price, he said go to Heirloom strop. Heirloom razor strop. And I just trust his word. I did it. It's a great strop. So that's that. I've already gone like 4 minutes longer than usual. Alright guys. Cheers. And I'm out of here.